Pregnant women of Reddit. What is something you wish you knew before you got pregnant? During labor, the water breaking is not one rush of liquid. It's continuous and can occur for several hours. It's horrendous and messy and incredibly awful to deal with. It feels like peeing, but you have zero control over anything, and if you tense up, then everything is much more painful and weird feeling. Nobody ever told me that, and I was very surprised to find out for myself. I had adult diapers given to me by my sil. She had some unused ones left from her pregnancies. They are incredibly useful for if your water breaks. And after you give birth and there is blood. So much blood. I'm going to regret asking, but like how much blood? That cravings aren't just food. I crave dirt. Particularly beach sand. The smell of the beach was excruciating. I just wanted to shovel handfuls into my mouth. I never ate dirt or sand, and the craving went away when baby was born. A friend of a friend told me she craved freshly poured asphalt, so in a way I'm glad my craving was just dirt. My mom craved gasoline so badly she didn't trust herself to pump her own gas. Your body produces a hormone called relaxin that helps loosen your pelvis in preparation for birth. Some women get YE too much too soon, and it loosens everything to the point you lose mobility, and every day all day is painful. Also, your body pushes so hard during birth you can feel yourself speep your own asshole out. Gave birth 2 days ago. I'm working up an apology for my midwife for yelling at her as she supported my butthole while I was pushing. I was not at my most gracious in that moment. There are many reasons I'm terrified of getting pregnant. But now I have to add butthole support to the list. How tired you can be in the first trimester. I was falling asleep at my desk most days. I always hear that labor pains were like really awful period cramps. Nope. Mine felt like someone was stabbing the front of my hip. And I had heard about sciatic pain but was 100% unprepared for how bad it could be. I had a C-section and the gas pain was no joke. Had to sleep on an incline for days. Undefined. How tired you can be in the first trimester. I was falling asleep at my desk most days. My wife is in her first trimester. And she's exhausted. Sleeping 12 hours a night and often naps during the day too. It's crazy to me. She didn't expect it at all. And it's really frustrating her. Oh, I forgot about how tired you get in the first trimester when you can't even physically see that you're pregnant. Doesn't make sense something so small can make you so tired. Not currently pregnant. But I wish someone had warned me about muscle cramps. I had to learn a new way to pop my ankles because every night I would pop them and get massive Charlie horses in my legs that my fiancé had to massage out. Oh God, the Charlie horses. And you can't reach down to massage your legs because you're too big to bend. Yes. I was in tears when they would hit. You're already so freaking uncomfortable. Being woken up by a Charlie horse just makes you wonder if trying to sleep is even worth it. Hair loss. After I had my kid, I lost a ton of hair. I would pull fists full of hair during my showers. I thought there was something wrong with me because no one told me about this. Went to Google. Totally normal, and it happens to everyone. It grows back eventually and you'll go through an awkward baby hair phase. That morning sickness isn't in the morning. And that I would be puking the whole time, not just in the beginning. Edited to add. Not currently pregnant, just had horrible sickness that I will never forget and was eventually diagnosed with hyperemesis. Or that morning sickness isn't just puking. It can also just be this awful hell of constant nausea. First pregnancy I puked about 4 times. This time morning sickness was just constant nausea without any relief for 4 weeks. Puking would have at least bought me some downtime. But still not as bad as the people who have it or hyperemesis the whole pregnancy. I wish someone had told me that no. Your body does not magically go back to normal once the baby is out. You have weeks of healing. Either your ripped vagina or cut open stomach. Your boobs are still on baby mode and have a whole new set of problems now. Pooping will be terrifying. Lol, depression risks are higher. Just a lot of stuff continues on after the baby. I don't know why people insist on visiting right after delivery. I am tired. I am busy with this baby. I am tore up from the floor up. Please come in a month when I can at least have some sort of a routine. Tore up from the floor up lol. I'm 5 weeks postpartum and had my OB take a look today for any remaining stitches from my 2nd degree tear. I tore all the way and I swore I could still feel some. She said that they were all gone. But then I went home and found a whole ass suture on my toilet paper. Took my first look down there and it looks like I was stitched up by Frankenstein. My taint straight up has a seam now. My God. The pooping? I have a 3-month-old. And while I can't remember my first poop after delivery, I vividly remember crying on the toilet not being able to poop. And nobody warns you about the hemorrhoids. Mine were so big I couldn't sit for 2 weeks. And poops came out in little nuggets. Sometimes I actually had to scoop it out. Going to the bathroom became an event. My husband said the sounds I made trying to poop were worse than what I did during labor. Miscarriage is ridiculously common. I say this as someone currently carrying a dead baby waiting for the NHS to give me a surgical removal. I had a silent one in August. Went in for my checkup at 11 weeks feeling great and then no heartbeat probably about 2 weeks ago. For 2 peeping weeks. My body was like nothing amiss. Here are your new symptoms. Right on target. All is well. I did misoprostol at home and thought I would die only to find out a week after that it still wasn't complete and had to go for a D&C. Horrible. Traumatic. I'm so sorry to all who have experienced it. The sickest joke of all. You stop being able to sleep way before the baby gets here. Everyone loves to tell me to sleep now while I can, but pregnancy leads to unexplained insomnia and I'm a total wreck already. Parents before you get pregnancy? It's wonderful you have to do it. Parents 10 seconds after hearing you're expecting. Ha, welcome to hell. No sleep for you. Prepare to age decades every month. My husband and I have so many friends trying to convince us to have kids. Then whenever we actually see them, they spend the entire time bitching about being parents. And when they pause to catch their breath and see the looks on our faces, they switch gears to try to tell us how it's actually the best experience ever. Your hormones are crazy. Literally making anything and everything that happens to your body a pregnancy symptom. Bloody nose? Pregnancy. Hands dry? Pregnancy. Itchy skin? Pregnancy. Pregnancy is the wild peeping West, y'all. I found this so frustrating. I like to know why something is happening. Pregnancy is not an answer. Like, by what mechanism am I having random dizzy spells? What specific hormone is making sleep impossible? You would think these things would be studied like crazy because women have been having babies forever, but nope. Basically nothing. This entire thread is great birth control. Right? I've gone back and forth on wanting kids for years, and after reading this thread pretty firmly on the no side and happy to just be an aunt right now. The stuff that stays with your body afterwards. I developed allergies after I had my second. My feet definitely got bigger. Hormones are no joke. My feet grew half a size and my hair got curly. It was wavy before. But now I get ringlets. It also made my fingernails stronger. Also, I developed an aversion to beef that never really went away. I only eat it like once a month to this day. And my youngest is about to turn 10. It's like a second the peep is happening to my body. Right? I have year-long allergies now. When she was born in mid-July, I had a blocked ear for 3 months. She is 4 now. My oldest is 10 and I totally get the strange new bodily functions. Ugh. The things we go through. My peeping boobs hurt so bad. I hit one in my sleep and woke up in excruciating pain. I knew they got bigger. But the pain was a surprise. I was told by my sister about boobs hurting in the first trimester from growth. She forgot to mention my nipples would feel like they were burning in hell. I also had this burning pain. Lanolin helped. Hang in there. It gets better. That no matter how much you planned and wanted your baby, postpartum depression can happen to you, and it is very, very real. It is not something you can control. Hormones are liars. Partners of new moms, please pay close attention. Get help. Do not try to tough it out. Get help. Undefined. I went to a super toxic church with my husband when we were first married at the age of 21 because of said church. And one thing they preached was that depression was a symptom of selfishness and not trusting God. PPD is what rid my family completely of this belief. I had always suffered with mental health prior. But there was a night when my baby was sick. And I had mastitis. And I started planning my suicide. And then I realized it was my mom's birthday. And I would have to wait. I had never experienced that level of low. Now, I'm very much pro Zoloft and therapy. And I preach the gospel of it all damn day. How I get loads of random skin changes. Skin tags. So many skin tags. Moles growing into skin tags then dropping off. Like WTF body. Sandpaper dry skin. Which I still get from time to time. Just this one patch on the back of my right hand. My facial skin changing from T-zone oily to T-zone flaky and never going back. My psoriasis on my scalp going away. This did come back but not as bad. Hair, so you stop shedding hair whilst pregnant and you get really thick lovely hair. A few weeks after birth you start to lose all that extra hair. Literally handfuls will come out in the shower and it's really freaky. I came here to say the skin tags. Never had a single one in 30 years. And then I got pregnant and they were everywhere. I had never heard any mention of them in any of the many books I read. Was not prepared at all. Each pregnancy is different. Even with the same person. I have 3 kids. The first pregnancy was very typical and followed the normal timeline. Second pregnancy was awful. I was miserable and sick the entire time. Third pregnancy was easy peasy and I finally understood why some women like being pregnant. Mine went in the other order. If my last had been my first I would have only had one. And that's exactly why I'm having one. I had everything from awful morning sickness. To weird mucus productions. To awful skin problems. I hated every second including and not limited to giving birth.